Hey you guys, my name's Jeff. Welcome to the channel. Today I want to talk with you about my biggest stock market screw up so far in 2022. And I'm making this video because I want you to see that everybody makes mistakes, myself included. And I really hate it when I watch YouTube channels and everybody's talking about these amazing gains that they got in their stocks. And I never see anybody making any stock purchases that work out poorly or maybe don't go as they had hoped. So I'm here to share with you 5 stocks that I bought in 2022 that have not fared as well as I had hoped when I made the investments at the very start of this year. I just want you to know my time frame for holding a stock before I decide that I've screwed up and I need to sell it or change it is usually about 3 to 5 years. I'm not somebody to buy stock and sell it in the same year. I think that makes very little sense. So I want you to know that even though I've got some negative returns on the stocks I'm gonna show you, I don't see these as failures that I'm gonna sell right away, or I don't get really upset about it. I just think, okay, that stock went down. And if I really like the company and the story behind the company is improving, I might buy more shares of a stock because the price has come down and it's become really cheap. So I think you should just keep in mind that a price going down in a great company is a good thing for a long-term investor. So let's get started. The first stock in my list is VEEVA Systems, and I'm not going to get too much into each of these companies and what they do. My first video of this year was actually me about to buy these stocks. So this is now, I'm in September 2022. This is me looking back. Today's the 12th. So these year-to-date returns are 2022 up till now. VEEVA Systems has lost 29.87%. IQVIA has lost 17.25%. NVIDIA has lost 52.04%. Thermo Fisher Scientific is down -10.37%. And ADOBE Systems is down 30.72%. So as you can see, all 5 stocks that I invested in are negative, some more than others. And if you add these up and average them, you'll find that the average return is 28% negative. So it's negative 28%. Many of these are tech stocks. So this is kind of in line with what the NASDAQ has done and what tech stocks have lost over the course of the year to date. So I'm not surprised that my picks, which are mostly tech related, have also declined about as much as other tech stocks. But this is the reality. I will also show you that VTI, which is the Total Stock Market Index ETF, is down 14.92%. So what you can see is the total stock market index is down about half as much as my stock picks. So if any of you are watching this and have not yet begun investing, or you're thinking about investing, just keep in mind that investing in a diversified ETF or index fund like VTI or VOO, you're owning thousands of stocks if you're owning the total stock market, and then that kind of cushions some of the declines, because if you only own 5, it's pretty concentrated and any declines in your portfolio are really magnified. Now I want to tell you something funny. I was thinking of buying stock in Enphase, but I never bought stock in it. And what's interesting about that is Enphase is up 64.13% so far this year. Now, what's interesting and why I was thinking about this is if you look at the first letter of each of these stocks, VINTA, if you spell that out, it would be Vinta. And I was thinking, what word could I spell out of these 5 letters? I couldn't think of a word. And then I thought, if I had an E, if I had a stock that began with an E, I could spell native. And I was thinking, that would be cool. I should have like a portfolio and it will be my native portfolio, but I just need a stock that begins with the letter E. I did not buy Enphase. However, if I had, then added up and divided by the 6 stocks, my average return would be negative 12.6, which is not a bad return. It's actually better than the overall total stock market. But that is fantasy land. That is not what I did. My returns were much lower. But I just think it's interesting to note that just one stock that does really well in a portfolio of stocks that do so-so can really raise the whole level of the returns of the portfolio. So would I buy Enphase now? No, I've done some research on it. The price to earnings ratio, which is a way of valuing a stock, it's just one of many ways, is above 200. The PE is more than 200. And that means you're paying a very high price for a small amount of earnings, and the company would really have to have a phenomenal future several years in order for that price to make sense. But investors clearly see otherwise, and they're bidding up the price of Enphase. But this is really what I wanted to show you. I just think it makes sense to make a video and talk about my investments in stocks that haven't done so well, because I think this kind of balances out talking about things during the course of the years or the months in this channel that do work out well, because you gotta have, you know, a little good and a little bad, and things balance out. But at least you can see the human side of investing. I'm glad that at the beginning of this year I decided to invest in VTI every month, because that has allowed me to buy a whole bunch of different stocks and to purchase these shares at lower and lower prices as the stock market has declined. And that investment program, as you can see, has worked out much, much better than my investing in these 5 stocks at the beginning of the year and getting a negative return of negative 28% so far. I have no fear. My own belief is that in 2, 3, 5 years, 10 years, these stocks are going to do much better than this. But not every investor has that kind of calm or patience to wait for a portfolio to turn around. But that's just something that I have in my own temperament. It doesn't bother me that prices go down. I know that eventually things fluctuate and some of these prices are going to go back up. I'm so glad you stopped by to watch this video. Please like it. The thumbs up is a great help if you haven't done that already. And if you're not yet a subscriber to this channel, please subscribe, and that way you will get a notification if you hit the little bell whenever I make a new video. Real happy that you're here today, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.